What's up, y'all? It's your boy LeBrad. I'm going to be doing a reading for Taurus for 2025. I'm going to go through all the months for the year ahead using the Rainbow Tarot deck. Let's get right into it. Like I said, this reading is going to be for Taurus. It may resonate with you even if you are not a Taurus sun sign. You may be a Taurus rising, Taurus moon. There may be something in this reading for you. But as I said, I'm going to go through each of the months. The spread that I'm going to be doing is a horoscope spread. Let's see what we get. Readings for Taurus. Okay. We have the Ace of Wands in the first house position, January position. So definitely some new energy starting off the year for Taurus with the Ace of Wands. Something being gifted to you, a new, it's like a new belief, a new understanding. It could be a new message that comes through. Something new comes through at the beginning of the year. We are about the middle of January, so you maybe have already received whatever this message is that's coming for you, but there's a new message that's coming in the beginning of the year. And perhaps if you're watching this video, you're getting that new message for the year ahead. But we're seeing the Ace of Wands in that first house position, the Five of Swords in the second house position, the Fool, again, like new beginning energy. So the first 3 months of the year, January, February, March, there is a lot of newness. It feels like kind of evaluating and stepping into something new. It may be that you issue your 2 weeks notice. It may be that you receive some new type of offer that you then decide to step out on and pursue. But that's what I'm getting in the first 3 months. We got the Eight of Swords in the fourth house position. Eight of Swords, you can see the person there is bound, blindfolded, and surrounded by these swords. It's kind of like being trapped in a prison. And in this fourth house position of the home, of family, of kind of domestic situations that have this Eight of Swords here, it appears that someone isn't looking at their it's almost like being blind to certain things that are kind of happening in the home, feeling trapped in the home. So there is some around the month of April, and perhaps just in general throughout the year, you may find that there are difficulties that kind of arise in the home situation. And in order to get over that, you really need to kind of try to see things differently. The fifth house position, we have the Seven of Wands, and this is someone who's kind of defending themselves. They're up on the hill. In this particular card, they do have on 2 boots. On the traditional rider rate, they only have on 1 shoe. So it's like defending yourself from higher ground, but all those ones are up there trying to attack. And that's in the fifth house position. Perhaps somebody's trying to attack your reputation, or you're having to defend your reputation in some kind of way. Even someone may be kind of perceived as like a player, and you having to protect your reputation because like all of these people that you've been involved with are kind of coming at you in some type of way. Eight of Wands, that's a message, something being communicated. And then in sixth house position, and this is May, June, sixth house position, the month of June, communication coming in. It could be health related. It could be receiving some kind of health related information, something regarding your health in the month of June, or perhaps during this year. You receive some message that pertains to your health. Also, this 8 of Wands to me is something communicable. So it could be like some type of viral thing that you come into contact with. It's not necessarily like the best placement, I would say, for the 6th house position in terms of health. So that's something you want to be mindful of this year. And in the 7th house position, the house of partnerships, we have the strength. So I could see, of course, this is a major arcana energy. It is associated with the sign of Leo. So perhaps Taurus may have some type of involvement with a Leo. If you've had involvement with a Leo in the past, perhaps this Leo is showing back up. But what the energy that I get from this card is the sense of taming the beast. So romantically, you may find yourself in a situation where you have to tame the beast in some kind of way. Perhaps there's someone that you don't necessarily see as the traditional type of partner that you would like, or they may not necessarily tick all the boxes. They may have things about them that you'd be like, no, that's a deal breaker. But you may find yourself helping them to adjust, trying to adjust for them in some kind of way, alchemizing, whatever that negative energy is into something positive, showing your strength in a situation. You might have to show your strength in partnerships, in a certain kind of situation. And especially coming behind this, you got this 8 of Wands, then to the strength. Because we go 7, 8, 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, into the strength. This, and even these 3 months, it just shows like a period of being, very strong, having to defend yourself, having to be brave, having to push through is what I'm getting. In the 8th house position, we have the 6 of Cups. This is kind of like nostalgia energy. It's very, to me, I look at this card as like the victory card as well. But definitely like that energy of nostalgia, self-care, I see you doing. And that self-care is really important when it comes to transformation. This is the house of transformation. The 9th house, we have the 7 of Swords, some trickery going on there. The 9th house is associated with the higher mind. So this is, and if we look at the month, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is July, August, September. So September, perhaps you should be mindful of someone trying to deceive you in some type of a way, particularly if it has to do with gaslighting, I would say. Someone trying to do something sneaky as it pertains to your mind. The 10th house, the King of Cups. Now the 10th house is how we show up in the world. It's our reputation. The King of Cups in this position, I feel like it's really good because the king, of course, has the King of Cups has control over his emotions, right? So I think you're showing up in the world as someone who is very emotionally grounded, someone who is very emotionally intelligent. This may also be a very important person that shows up because this is a court card, first one that we've seen. So we're seeing like perhaps a very important business relationship that shows up. The 11th house, the Knight of Cups. We see the Knight, and in this position, the Knight is walking toward this King of Cups. So perhaps as you show up in your workplace, there's someone who is coming toward you. You get some benefit to how you're showing up with this Knight of Cups coming in. Someone coming in with their cup of love. Someone who recognizes you as an emotional person who is then coming to share their cup with you. And finally, in the 12th house, we have the 8 of Pentacles. Hard at work in the 12th house. Let me see anything else wants to pop out. Okay. We got the Tower, the Devil, and the Lovers. Three major arcana cards popping out for the overall energy. So with the Tower, there's some type of abrupt change. The Devil representing toxic connections, and the Lovers being Gemini energy. So we got we have Capricorn energy, we have some Sagittarius energy, Aquarius energy, and then the Lovers we're having Gemini energy. I would also say Libra energy as well. But a lot of strong energy coming through this reading. We got 6, 15, and 16. This is so yeah, I'm getting like toward the beginning of the year, I'm getting the energy of some type of change. So again, we said like we see this energy of something new coming in, having to step into something new, breaking free of whatever type of situations, particularly as it pertains to the home, especially with seeing the Tower come out kind of overall for the energy for this. I feel like there'll be some changes that'll have to be made. And if it's a change that you haven't, that maybe the universe has been pushing you to, and you haven't taken the opportunity to kind of step into those changes, things will happen like a Tower moment that then pushes you along into that change that's coming. But it's a much needed change because you again, there's a sense of feeling someone is kind of feeling trapped in their domestic situations, right? The Five of Swords is some conflict. So there's a lot of communication, like people are talking in some kind of situation, and perhaps you get this message, it comes back to you what is kind of being said that helps you to kind of move and step into this different direction. So perhaps there's some deception there, and you decide that you want to move into a different direction. But I'm seeing that strongly at the beginning of the year. I would look out for signs at this time. So like the first 3 months of this year, things like a lightning bolt can represent the Tower. If you may randomly see someone, and if it catches your eye, someone with like a lightning bolt on their hoodie, or you may reach out to touch someone and get a little electric shock, a little zap, things like that. Seeing the building crumbling around you, you may notice a crack in the ceiling. Those are some ways you can kind of look around you and see in your environment kind of the energies that are coming up. You got the Devil energy coming up the second half of the year. This could be a Capricorn, some kind of toxic situation, toxic partner toward the middle. I'll say the middle part of the year, summer and fall, leading up to the fall, the Devil energy, because you're definitely having to defend yourself against something. And I'm even looking at, this could even be you, because I'm looking at this Devil card here, how they have the Devil depicted with the horns, and then on the Seven of Wands card, they have the horns as well, but they're defending themselves. But those cards kind of have like a similar thing. So I'm seeing that kind of happen. The Eight of Wands, some communication here. This could be some communication coming from some kind of toxic partner in the past that you then have to be strong and deal with. Something might be revealed. Like perhaps there's something from an old relationship where you knew certain things were dysfunctional, certain things were kind of toxic, but you didn't know everything. And as you've if you are someone who has been removed from that situation from a while, you may see Particularly if there's a retrograde that's happening. I would look to see when the retrograde season is for 2025. I'm not sure when the next time, but it probably will be like May, June, July, sometime like that. And then during that retrograde period, you may see this toxic energy coming back up, reaching out to communicate. You've already had to defend yourself from whatever, but then a message comes in and you're having to be really strong with this situation, because people come in to tell you stuff just to hurt you sometimes. They want to throw you off in some kind of a way. Okay, and then for the second half of the year, we're getting the Lover's energy. So maybe the second half is going to be much better in terms of romantic situations. Even with the Six of Cups, again, this is like a nostalgia kind of energy, but it may be someone you didn't necessarily see as a potential romantic partner may then show up. And this may actually be, I don't know, to me this gives kind of family, like who you grew up with. We got the Seven of Swords then coming up. And of course the Seven of Swords is the sneaky person, the liar, the thief. They're trying to steal some swords from you. So this is just to be mindful of that, leading up to the King of Cups. So the Cups energy is strong. So this is like some kind of emotional deception. Someone really trying to deceive you emotionally. And you have, like, because you have the Lovers here, I really feel like this is perhaps a toxic romantic partner. So kind of coming out of something that was going on in the past, it maybe continues into this year, but it ultimately, the way that you're going to show up is as the King of Cups. So you will perhaps go through some challenges as it pertains to like romantic situations, but if you make it through those lessons, you show up as the King of Cups, someone who's very in control of their emotions. Perhaps you weren't in the past. Perhaps people could drive you crazy and make you act out emotionally, and I'm seeing that someone maybe is trying to come back to do something to kind of trigger that, but it's not necessarily going to work, because I feel like you're going to show up as the King of Cups, someone who's very in control of their emotions. And because of that, I think you get this reward. I'm looking at the 11th house of like your fortune, and the fortune here is this: someone coming in with their cup of emotion. And then the Eight of Pentacles is hard at work. That's the last card. So we're starting off with the Ace of Wands, something being gifted, but ultimately like leads to some kind of work. And it looks like writing to me. Perhaps someone is getting back into some type of craft, some type of talent, creative ability that you're stepping back into for the year. Let's see what else I'm kind of getting from these cards. The Ace of Wands and the Strength. I think you're showing up this year very passionate. You're showing up as very strong in your relationships. You may have to deal with difficult people, but you're able to be calm and cool in how you manage other people. Again, in the home, I see the most difficulty kind of like in your home situation, but things like work, I feel like are showing up. Things like work, you're showing up very well in those kind of situations. There'll be a lot of communication as it pertains to kind of work, your day-to-day kind of work. I feel like some of it may be even communication space. You may actually spend a lot of time on the phone this year. I don't know if you're someone, it may even be social media, spending a lot of time texting on your phone, that kind of thing. I'm seeing a lot of that when it comes to your like day-to-day work. And then even working in institutions, prisons, hospitals, schools, that type of thing. I'm seeing like work in those type of areas. In terms of money, I'm getting someone maybe, you may receive quite a few gifts this year. Like, I don't know how old you are. If you're young, maybe you get a lot of gifts. When you get older, even like my age, people aren't really giving you gifts all that much anymore. So if you're someone who haven't really received a lot of gifts in a long time, this may be a year where you actually receive a lot. There's a lot that's being given to you. But also, and that's other people giving you, sharing what they have with you. I feel like, as it pertains to your own personal money and stuff like that, like maybe your own paycheck, there's some friction there for whatever reason. Maybe someone's trying to undermine you at a current job, but or maybe you just have to do some work, fight a battle to actually get things to where you want them for yourself personally. But I do see some conflict around money for you. I see new ways of thinking. I would be careful with like, short-term relationships, that kind of thing. I'd be careful not to be quick to go into battle with people. Sometimes people want to trigger you into a fight, into an argument, and I would just be very slow to get upset, slow to anger, because I feel like someone is really trying to get you to go there, But yeah, there's something about this is like, I don't know. This is some kind of toxic connection for sure. And it feels like a toxic romance. It feels like a karmic relationship. Someone you shouldn't necessarily be tied to. You're tied to each other for the wrong things. Something about that is coming to an end, and it may be a long time coming, but that's coming to an end, because these toxic connections, they can have a hold on you, especially if you feel like this is somebody that you are romantically attached to. But that's definitely going to be coming to an end. Yeah, because there's definitely this feeling of being trapped there, but I feel like your benefit is going to be your emotional intelligence. Like I said, don't be quick to get pulled into like a fight, into an argument, or anything like that. Yeah, balance is key at the bottom, is a temperance. So I feel like this is a time where you're going to have to use your resources in ways that benefit you. Not always reacting to people, but you're going to have to balance all of the elements to get through whatever the situation is, Taurus. But overall, I think it's there are some challenges, but there's some really good things that kind of show up in this reading as well. So it's what you make of this year. All right, that's all I have for you, Taurus. Give me a like, a thumbs up, a subscribe. Appreciate it.